Hello everyone, I'm Hillary with Dominion Tea, and today we're going to talk about why we have all this tea equipment, some differences, right? And why you want to match your tea to the piece of equipment you're using. So those of us who are dedicated loose leaf tea drinkers, we all know what this is. This is our infuser. We use it for just about everything, right? We like it big because we want to give our tea leaves lots of room. But there are absolutely times when we need a make your own tea bag, right? And a filter. And I will confess I travel with these. So why do I care about the difference? Well, you're gonna see, and we'll show you here momentarily, using Matcha Infused Sencha. What happens to a small leaf or small grain tea, right? So we've blended matcha and sencha. Sencha being a steamed green tea from Japan, when it brews, is gonna open up and release a lot of particulate. And we actually want that particulate in our cup if we're gonna drink it. So that doesn't necessarily mean that tea is a good candidate for this. And we're gonna visually show you why. And so part of what you wanna think about as you're working with various pieces of tea equipment is what's the tea I'm putting in it, and is it allowing the tea to give itself the best flavor, right? Am I gonna get the best cup of tea using it? So when I travel with something like a tea brew filter, I'm gonna admit, I'm looking for a larger leaf tea that doesn't do small particulates. I don't put Japanese greens in here. I'm more likely to go after a black tea, maybe an oolong like Da Hong Pao, something a little bit darker that can get through the paper filter. On my regular infuser, however, sky's the limit. I'm more than happy to put a green tea in here. I'm also very happy to use a Kyushu for those of you who are Japanese green tea drinkers, because I can get a lot of particulate through. And that's an important thing. But if I'm gonna go to something that's got a lot of fine particulate like rooibos, I may go back here. So with that said, let's show you what happens when you brew the same tea in two different pieces of equipment. All right, so our timer has gone off. We've brewed exactly 3 minutes, 175-degree water. Each brew, so our strainer and our bag, each had 6 grams of tea. Now, as you know, matcha is very fine grain, and so it was able to come through the middle strainer, whereas with the bag, it was not. And even if I do what you're never supposed to do with the tea bag and squeeze it, I'm still not going to get a huge amount out. And that is because the paper bag is so solid, it has no holes to let through the powder, which is why you get 2 different cups of tea. Does that make the paper tea bag bad? No, it does not. It just means it's probably not the best tool for this type of tea. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, we have, all of us who are tea drinkers have lots of equipment. Pick the right equipment for the right tea. So if you know you need to use the paper tea bags, use them with larger leaf tea that don't require the fine particulate to really give you the mouthfeel. And then use your strainer for all of them if you want to, but keep that in mind when you've got something like Matcha Infused Sencha and making sure it goes into the right piece of equipment. So go explore. We hope you enjoyed learning more about tea with us. Hit the subscribe button so that you can be notified when we add more videos to our channel. And check out the highlighted videos to learn even more about tea. And last but not least, you can check out all of the teas we talk about in our videos at dominiontea.com.